Hello everyone, my name is Ark and welcome back to another Marvel Legends action figure review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the highly anticipated and highly requested She-Hulk from the Fantastic Four, or in her Fantastic Four outfit. And I gotta say, this figure looks so freaking good. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this figure for months, ever since it got announced. I got so hyped. A lot of people are hyped. She sold that in a lot of places, but she is back up on pre-order, I believe. So I'm very excited. I am going to compare it to what she looks like with the previous She-Hulk that we took a look at last year. But without further ado, let's take her out and see how she looks. Alright, so here we have Jennifer Walters as her She-Hulk form in the Fantastic Four outfit. And I gotta say, God, does she look fantastic. Pun intended. But no, she looks absolutely great. She looks so good in this outfit. It just fits her so well. And she looks... she just looks so good. I'm not gonna lie. But here's how she compares to her previous counterpart. They seem to be pretty much the exact same body mold. No differences or no notable differences whatsoever. Of course, the only one being the skin tone. So this one definitely has a more blue-greenish tint. It's leaning more to the blue side. And this one is, well, actually... no, this one is more yellow-green than anything. And this one is nearing more the neon green. So, yeah. It still has... okay, notable issues. You can definitely see how the knees look completely different on the previous She-Hulk. They still do look somewhat different on this new She-Hulk. Same with the shoulders, or sorry, the elbows here. So, it's still an issue where they don't use the correct plastic or the correct paints or anything of the sorts that they used to mold the legs to mold the actual joints themselves, which is unfortunate because you'd think that they would have fixed that, but Hasbro is Hasbro and they don't necessarily fix anything. But as you can see, it's pretty much the exact same figure, although the face does look slightly whiter, like the actual head sculpt, but it does seem to be the exact same. Same streaks, same hair, same everything. Of course, this one doesn't come with an alternate head sculpt, but this one does, which we will take out or take a look in just a minute. It's late. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, she looks fantastic with the blue. It just fits her so well. It complements her skin tone perfectly, in my opinion. She just looks good. So... of course, with the articulation, she can't really look down far at all whatsoever, but I actually do want to show her with the other head sculpt that she has. And of course, the bigger issue is that the neck peg sits down so low down there, as you can see. You can barely even see it because of how low it sits. But with the next other head sculpt, which hopefully this is the one that we're most likely going to be using for pretty much all of the poses, besides maybe just a couple. Okay, that was much harder than I anticipated. Don't know why, but it was. So here is her pretty much ideal head sculpt for this outfit, in my opinion. I think the ponytail just looks so good. And they did a really good job with the sculpt itself. The ponytail does come off if you wanted it to. You actually have to attach it right out of the package. So there's that. It does rotate, as you can see. It seems to be pretty sturdy in there. So for the head, she still cannot look down whatsoever, but she can look up slightly. She can twist side to side, hopefully, if I have the ability to do so. Yeah, she can move side to side, pivoting just a tiny bit here and there, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that pretty good articulation, actually pretty bad articulation for going forward because it's pretty much non-existent. You can't really look down whatsoever. It is a slight mismatch in terms of the paint. It's not necessarily the greatest match in terms of the greens, which is something that Hasbro does struggle with. Don't know why they keep struggling with that, but they still do. For the arms, you can get them above a T-pose, which is great. Slightly above a T-pose, or just a T-pose in general. Rotating 360 degrees for the arms. Butterfly joints, non-existent. I don't know why I mentioned that. Bicep swivel works great. Double jointed elbow looks good. And a wrist hinge as always. Now we do have the diaphragm cut that usually doesn't go far outwards that much. Unless, of course, you modify it by cutting down the insides of it. I'm probably not going to do that with this She-Hulk because I don't want to try to get a new one if I mess it up. So there's that. Going backwards, also not much. So not great articulation in the diaphragm. But yeah, it's to be expected. It's the same old mold that they've used for female figures. Or articulation mechanism, you know? For the legs, she does the splits pretty well. I don't remember if the previous She-Hulk did too. Actually, no, she did. So both of them do the splits really well. This one does too. Kicking forward, like about 90 degrees, honestly. Pretty good. No kicking backwards action unless, of course, you pivot it to the side, but it's going to be going out to the side instead. Thigh swivel, which works great. Double jointed knee. That again, doesn't look ideal, but it works. No, we do have a boot swivel. We do have the boot swivel. The previous one also did have a boot swivel, so that's really nice. And then, of course, the feet kicking forward this far, kicking backwards this far, and then a pivoting action is pretty good with these. So, pivots all around. So, yeah, subpar of articulation to say the least, but again, what is to be expected from Marvel Legends nowadays? So, yeah, you can't really have too many high expectations. But accessories, she does come with more than the previous She-Hulk. So let's take a look at those real quick. Alright, as far as accessories go, granted, it's not much. The previous She-Hulk didn't come with much either. But of course, we have the original head sculpt that comes with her. We have the ponytail head sculpt, which is already more heads than what the other She-Hulk came with. We do have the two weights that you can carry around, which is really nice. These are very well made, actually. They're still plastic, of course, but they're soft plastic, but not soft enough for them to, like, bend to, like, the heat, unless you, like, of course, put them right next to, like, the cauldron or something. We do have a peace sign hand sculpt, which is really nice. Very well done, actually. That's something I kind of like about Marvel Legends hands. They actually do look really good. Especially with all the wrinkles and everything. Not so much the seam lines or the mold lines, which is fine. Two holding hands for the weights, which is awesome. And then a Vegeta pointing finger, which is a fine addition, honestly. So, thumbs up. Now, that's pretty much all the accessories. So, going into my final thoughts. I like this figure. I like the way that she looks. Do I like her as much as, like, other figures? Not so much. She looks fantastic, and I'm going to keep saying fantastic because she does look fantastic, even though she's wearing the Fantastic Four. Fuck it. I'm going to keep saying it. So, as a final score, unfortunately... Actually, I wouldn't say unfortunately. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. She has good accessories, and that's pretty much what's, like, holding her there at the 7-point mark, is that she actually has some decent accessories. Especially for the price point. $25, fine. But again, the articulation is more to be desired with, or is to be desired, which is unfortunate because these figures need to have much better articulation, especially nowadays. But hopefully in the future we can get an updated She-Hulk that has the new sort of mechanism that they're implementing to the newer, more advanced female action figures with the ab crunch and everything else. And the butterfly joints, of course. But that's pretty much all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Because I sure as hell do. And I love it very much. So, yeah. Like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.